Same thing with the Taurus and the Scorpio. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes they can be repulsive. Sometimes they can be highly attracted to one another because it's like at their core, like they have those same core values. They have those same core beliefs. Like I said, just expressed differently. It's and Taurus is going to be expressed, in more of a materialistic way, you know what I mean? That might irritate the Scorpio. It's like, why are you so caught up in these material things? Why are you so caught up in this earthly world? Why are you so caught up in these day-to-day things, you know what I mean? Day-to-day materialistic things that's going to disappear and not bring you any depth or value. You see what I'm saying? At the end of life in your internal world, you see what I'm saying? They'll be looking at them like, you know what I mean? And then on the other side of things, you know what I mean? Taurus to be looking at them like, bro, why are you so deep? Like, why are you so caught up in your emotional world? Why are you so unable to move on? Why are you so you see what I'm saying? Why are you so deep in there that you can't appreciate the nice things around you? Like, why are you so deep? Like, come up, enjoy it. Like, eat some of this, eat some of this, try this. Yeah, I mean, enjoy this. Like, we here. You know what I mean? Enjoy some of these nice things around you while you here. Why you got to always be going deep? Why you always got to make it about something like? But at the core, it's the same. They both want that stability, that fix. You know what I mean? They both want that stability, that fixedness, that like. See, because in Scorpio is more like forever, but in Taurus it's expressed more materialistically. But at the end of the day, they both want stability. They both want something they can rely on. They both want something that they can lean on, and that's going to be there for them forever. You know what I'm saying? They both want that ultimate stability in life, like whatever that is. Like that's what they ultimately go for. You know what I'm saying? So they have that at their core, but the way they go about it is different. A Taurus is going to seek that stability through materialism, whereas Scorpio is going to seek that stability through the emotional world, whereas they both have to learn from one another. Taurus has to learn how to incorporate those emotions and stop looking at people as things and try to place a value on everything and like an earthly number value. You know what I mean? Like literally material and like stop trying to do that and just really get into people and understand people and really dive deep into people and not just have them be things around you. And a Scorpio has to learn how to not always dive deep, how to not always go all the way into things, how to not charge head for that Mars. You see what I'm saying? But it's just emotional, but it's the same thing where they'll dive head first in. I mean, it might be some BS, whereas a tourist gonna look around first. You see what I'm saying? They gonna look around first, make sure it's close, clear, like what's going on. And they have to learn how to do that. They have to take that from that aspect of Venus, where it's like, bro, know what's first of all, know what's around you, know what's going on around you. You see what I'm saying? Understand your environment, understand these things, understand these material things, understand the value of them, understand. You see what I'm saying? Understand why people understand those type of things. You know what I mean? Don't just disregard them because it's not an emotional thing. I mean, you can have emotional attachments and things like that, but you can't always do that either. Sometimes stuff is just stuff here to be enjoyed, and that's okay. You know what I mean? So they have to learn that. You see what I'm saying? It is that deep, but it ain't that deep. You feel me? It is that serious, but it ain't that serious. You know what I mean? It's a balance. It's a balance. But at the core, they're similar. And this is what all of the opposition, not just the Venus and Mars, but that was just, you know what I mean? That's what we discussing. But it's like, they have that common understanding. I mean, they have those core values, morals, and principles. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way that they express them is going to be different. The way that they is shown to the world is going to be different. You know what I mean? And if they don't have, certain understanding or through understanding of themselves or even understanding of you, you know what I mean? You got to understand yourself before you can understand somebody else. So if they don't understand those things, they can be, you know what I mean? But if they come to that understanding of themselves and they can appreciate those values of that opposition, you see what I'm saying? Then they can work together, you see what I'm saying? They can provide what the other one is missing, you see what I'm saying? They can feed off one another and learn from one another. Now this is not to say that they'll ever be harmonious, you know what I mean? Because they still on two different ends of the spectrum, but they can learn how to appreciate different things about one another and how to incorporate. So even though you may not like it, this could be good for learning, like being, like associating with your opposite, or like You know what I mean? Dealing with your opposite or dealing with your opposite energy or your opposite sign a lot can be good for learning, even though you may not necessarily like it. You know what I mean? You may not necessarily might enjoy it, but you can learn, you know what I mean, a lot from it. So that can create like where you like the person but you don't like the way they act. Like I like you but I don't like you. Like you see what I'm saying? Like you like I like you but I just don't like the way you act. Like that can happen a lot with the opposition. It's like where I like you but like I just don't like the way you are. Like if you get to know them, like I said, you get into them and you get past that, you'll understand that y'all have things in common, those key principles, those key values, those key lessons, and you're supposed to be learning from that opposition, you see what I'm saying? Now, as far as Venus and Mars, like I said, they are going to have to embrace one another. But it could also, like I said, it could be a good mix because it creates the good back and forth, that good push-pull, you know what I mean? But it depends on whether or not you like that or not. You know, if you're the type of person who don't like that back and forth, that push-pull dynamic, then that might not be for you. And that's why you see people with like Venus-Mars aspects and stuff like that, where they'll go through like different relationships, a whole lot of different relationships and stuff like that. Because remember, it's Mars, it's that go get it energy, you feel me? And Venus is how you relate. This is going to be your relationship, this is going to be your pleasures, this is going to be, so it's quick, it's fast, it's hot, it's, you see what I'm saying? Like, so that's why you'll see even when Mars and Venus do come together, when you see them conjunct in a chart, you'll see that even though they may have a lot of relationships and they're able to attract a lot of people and they may put a lot of passion into it, all of that fire will burn out quickly. Those relationships will burn out quickly. You'll see them move on very quickly. They'll be into a new relationship and out of it and into another one and out of it. You'll see it'll be a lot of ups and downs because they're putting that Mars energy into Venus, you feel me? They're trying to go get all the Venus. They need all the beauty. They need all, you see what I'm saying? Whoever they're relating to, so they're relating to everyone. They're relating to a bunch of different people, you feel me? They're constantly utilizing this energy, you see what I'm saying? They're constantly relating, but this is going to also enable them for what they're attracted to. This is actually going to be this is also going to be what turns them on, so that'll be good as far as that goes. So whatever they're attracted to, they'll also turn them on, so they'll be on one accord as far as that goes. But like I said, their relationships will often burn out quickly because all of that fire and all of that passion is just for the moment, you see what I'm saying? Let's be in the moment, you see what I'm saying? Let's just enjoy the beauty in the moment. That's a good that's a good saying for the Venus and Mars combination. You got to enjoy the beauty, the appreciate it while it's here. Just enjoy the beauty in the moment. Venus and Mars, because it's going to be over just as quick as it started. It might feel good right now, it might feel real good, but don't you ever get too comfortable. Straight up. Pimping all over the world. Mars conjunct Venus, for real though. But like I said, as long as you can live in the moment, enjoy it for the moment, it's all good. But you know, it'll be hard for them to sustain those relationships and those bonds, and that because, like I said, remember this is that Mars, so it's going to keep going. He's going to keep going out. He's going to keep relating. So he's going out relating to a bunch of different people, meeting a bunch of different people, attracting a bunch of different things, and this is conjunct his Venus. So yeah, man, he might fall into the relationship with you, but this is Mars. You got to remember that Mars. It's gonna be over as quick as it start. I got to move on to the next. I got to keep it moving. So if you can't keep up, hey, I got to leave. I don't wanna leave, but I gotta go. Venus conjunct Mars. It don't mean no harm. It was good. It was real for the moment. But if you can keep up with them and you can keep them entertained and you can just, like I said, just keep up with them and keep going, keep whatever they want to do. You type person who like to get up and go and jump up and be adventurous and do different things, try different things. You might be able to maintain that interest, you know what I'm saying? They might stick around a little bit longer. But overall, you know what I mean? It is what it is. They got to go. They got to keep it moving. The soldier, Mars the soldier, they plant that flag and they keep it moving. Straight up. So that was part 2 of the Opps video. You feel me? We got to get into the other Venus and Mars sign. We got to get into Taurus and Scorpio. You feel me? We got to see how that foundation, you know what I mean? How the foundation can get a little bit shaky. And when the foundation gets shaky, hey, And that could be an emotional or materialistic. It depends on which one you're dealing with, you feel me? But that key principle is in common, you feel me? They both have that in common. So they're both trying to build a solid foundation that they can sustain over an extended period of time, you feel me? They're both trying to do the same thing. So if they can learn how to appreciate that in one another, you feel me, they'll be able to get along. Now, however, like I said, the Taurus may not necessarily be receptive to the amount of depth that Scorpio is, and the Scorpio may not necessarily understand how materialistic a Taurus can be. But if they can get to that key principle and understand that they both just want a solid foundation to build off of, you see what I'm saying, to support, to provide support, and for them to, you see what I'm saying. So if they can learn how to appreciate, I mean, those things they have in common that need to, you know what I mean, be stable and have some type of foundation, and, you know what I mean, really have some type of value in things, whether that be emotional value or whether that be materialistic, actual financial value. If they can understand that is their what they have in common, and not necessarily get caught up in the feelings of it with the Scorpio or with Taurus getting caught up in the materialistic things, they can learn how to appreciate what's behind that, what they're both going for, that need for a foundation that they can sustain over time. That once they understand that within each other, then they can move forward and be able to cooperate and work with one another and things like that. And the Taurus will be able to better appreciate the depth in a Scorpio. You see what I'm saying? Once they know what's behind it, once they know why they're doing all this extra shit. You see what I'm saying? To a Taurus, it just look like, yo, why you doing all this extra emotion? We're like, what is that gonna get done? That's not affording you any luxury out here. You see what I'm saying? That's not affording you any luxury out here. Why are you doing that? So once they can learn how to respect that, and then the Scorpio can learn how to respect that. Okay, some things you do like. You see what I'm saying? They can learn how to utilize nice things in life and have they appreciate and value the things around them that may be materialistic. You see what I'm saying? Even though it may not be in a deep emotional connection, you can still utilize these things and utilize these pleasures and get enjoyment from them. You see what I'm saying? And not necessarily write them off just because they're not. It's not life and death. Like, bruh, eat this. Bruh, try this. Like, it's good. Like, bruh, it's just good. It just tastes good, bruh. It ain't got to be all that. You ain't got to be from what your grandma used to always make. No, this just some good ass cake or something. Like, you feel me? Come on, just go on and get you some. Like, it's okay, bro. It ain't got to be all. Why do I like it? That's why. Like, bro, it ain't got to be all that. Why it always got to be why? I swear to God, this Taurus. Now that I think about it. And this just captures the Taurus energy. This Taurus, one of my friends was Taurus, and you know I'm Aries, so you know I'm always asking why and shit. Why you always got to ask why? Why you always got a question for something? And it wasn't in a mean way. They just genuinely want to know, like, bro, why does the why matter all the time? Like, bro, it is what it is, or it ain't what it ain't. Fuck the why. I always try to look deep into something. Like, bruh, it is what it is. Right in front of you. Look at what's right in front of you. Don't try to read between no lines. This is what, look at it. Like, straight up. That's the Taurus energy. Yeah, I don't know what baby just think about that, but that is so fun. See, I be giving it to y'all raw and uncut. Y'all think I just be talking. This be real life experiences, bruh. I just be giving it to y'all. See if y'all can feel me, man. I know y'all be feeling me. So, as always, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Make sure you kick back with some of my other videos. Come on with it.